Guys, what's up? So I'm gonna tell you guys about my story a little bit. You know, a lot of guys, I have some new followers. I have people ask me still all the time. So I used to be an attorney. So I did custody, divorce, child support. You know, I was in Supreme Court a lot. So I was, you know, definitely in that entire industry. And then I always liked watches. Growing up, I always liked watches. I couldn't afford them. So when I was able to afford my first watch, I bought a GMT Master 116710. It was 2007, I believe. I paid for the watch then, brand new, $6,800. Wore it for like 6 months. I was so excited, so stoked that I had a real Rolex, a modern Rolex. I was like, you know, I'm sick of this. It's kind of like black and boring. I want something else. So I went to trade it in, and the person I bought it from actually offered me the exact money of what I paid for a pre-owned one 6 months later. That kind of had something click in my head, like, whoa. Slowly but surely, I started to actually look on like eBay, on Craigslist, look at these places for watches. I used to drive to pawn shop till one day in 2016, I believe, was the day that in 2015, I decided I'm going full watch. It took me about a year to finish all my legal clients because I can't just drop them, so I had to finish them. I stopped taking in clients, and about a year later, I was done fully being a lawyer, and I became full-time here. I found the location here. It took me 9 years to go from part-time to full-time. I was around during the whole collapse of '08 and all that stuff, so you know, I had to deal with that. I had to backtrack for a year or two because that happened and there was no money in the market. So basically, you know, we dealt with that, and then, you know, when I came back, I started to invest a little bit more heavier because watches were so cheap. Like watches dropped by like 30% overnight, and then they dropped another 30% a week later. So what we did is I had that money to invest, and I just felt confident that they would eventually go up. And a lot of people don't know this. Like I took out hard money loans. You know, I had to go to shows, and I had to have the ability to buy and show my face. And at least people say, okay, this guy's a buyer, he's not wasting my time. But I took hard money loans. I was paying a big percentage on it because I had nothing to give collateral, so I had to pay big money. Luckily, I was a lawyer, so that was paying for my life. That was paying for, you know, my bills, my expenses, my wife, my kids at the time. They were just born. Kind of, I think, where I had the heads up on a lot of people is that I had a certain business that was taking care of my life. I wasn't stooping, going out and spending money on stupid shit, you know, when I was just building my brand, building my business. And we're here now, 15 years later.